making sense out of it. Not like what I'm doing. This is spiritual.
Oh, shit. I'm on another channel. I have to go and turn this off real fast.
Tangible and real. So that's the
Let's see here. I'm going to X this down. And I'm going to get on to it. Spiritual intervention. That's what you're hearing behind there. Oh, my God. Anyways, I just, I was on checking up my messages on other things. You know, Birdie Bird, I don't get a call for you. I must have done something a long time ago whenever I told you weren't allowed to talk to me anymore. But anyways, none of your questions or anything ever come through to me. I have to find them. But you want to know about the business that we talk about when if you take the word by word, then you're dead. Well, there's a whole slew of different things that I have spoke of in the past that have everything to do with. Let's see if this is it. Yeah, here I am. That the outside world represents death, and that if you can come about this connection with the Lord, and it tells you how to connect with the Lord, that this brings about life. That's basically, that's it. All right. So yes, you're alive. I'm alive. We're all alive. I've been alive. What is alive for a long time. But the idea is that if you are not connected spiritually to God, you're dead. All right. So in all of these stories, there's a harlot, a woman that comes in place of this connection that you have within you to be this connection for you. And when you go to the whore and you drink from her wine and stuff like that, you're dead. That's what's just the way it is. And she feeds off of religion, and religion is the word that's written out there in ink. And the ink is what we consider along the lines of what you see. And what, of course, we teach on this channel are the things that you don't see. All right? And that's the difference between the letter and the spirit. Okay? Now, I've done this lesson before, but it doesn't hurt to go about saying this again to someone else and to the new people on board. All right? So I'm going to X this down, and I'm going to read from 2 Corinthians. This is where you find this information out. Okay? And it's right on top of things. And of course, you have to read it from the King James Version, because if you read it from any place else, you're not going to get the right information. All right? Just as simple as that. So 2 Corinthians, and we're going to start at the 3rd chapter. And that's the idea of actually making this connection. Because the word is sown inside of us, and that's what it means. It be sown inside of you. And sown means if you can learn to read this Bible and read the symbolism, the spirit of this text will save you. And that's what it means. That if you get caught up on the outside of the text, it's not going to save you. It's going to make you mad, or it's going to just take you in the opposite direction. And not that it's not meant to be, because it's also the way it is. If you sow your seeds by the wayside, then you're just not going to get it correctly. And if you sow your seeds in the plain field, in a wonderful little place, which is where you now learn to plant that seed inside of you and grow this vine that reaches into heaven and gives you this, this connection to the Lord. It's a natural thing that happens to you, whereas what you see by the letter is written. And so you're following, a mess of other people that can be misinterpreted. Remember, there's only one way to God. And that outside, there's like over 5,000 different ways that have been created just off of the letter. All right? No one's been looking for the spirit, but every time I show you, and that's what I've been talking about for over 2 years or more, is the spirit. And I keep saying the same things. It keeps talking about this inner electrical system to come up here and connect the two sides of our brains together. So, I just take and put some of my smarts together and read what the Bible tells me. And it says that this mother and father, this is your brain that they're talking about, the she. If you don't put a she in your life, if you don't have her, then you're dead. You're spiritually dead. All right. So what? Everyone starts off dead. All right, let me see if we can get down in here. This is from the King James Bible, 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, do we begin to commend ourselves, or need we, as some others, epistles in the condemnation in the commendation to you, or letters of commendations from you, to you or from you? I don't know what to say about that. I just started off with this one. All right. Do you write to yourself? Are you talking to yourself? I think it's what it is. Do you write the recommendations from you or to you? You are an epistle written in our hearts, known and read of all men. That's number 2. 3. For as much as ye are manifestly declared to be the epistle of Christ, ministered by us, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not in tables of stone, but in fleshy tables of the heart. And such trust have we through Christ to Godward. That's the 4. We're going Godward. We're going towards the east side. We're going to change our minds. That's number 4. 5. Not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think anything as of ourselves, but our sufficiency is of God. Remember, that's the other side of us. All right. Who also hath made us able ministers of the New Testament, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter killeth, but the Spirit giveth life. 7th. But in the ministration of death, written, engraven in stones, was glory. But in the ministration of death, written and engraven in stone, was glorious, so that the children of Israel could not steadfastly behold the face of Moses for the glory of his countenance, which glory was to be done away. Now, 2 Corinthians 7 is generally when you make it over onto this other side. But what we've got here is this is a death by engraven stones. This is that you have gotten your death because you have written by something that you had to read because you couldn't behold this idea. It means, again, that you can't hold on to anything because you couldn't see it. The spiritual stuff. Oh, that's pseudo. That's New Age. And I'm not very far off from the way you're thinking. All right. It's because you can't see it. It doesn't exist. All right. How shall not the ministration of the Spirit be rather glorious? This is number 8. And let's see what happens with 9. For administration of condemnation be glory. Much more doth the ministration of righteousness exceed in glory. This is when you give yourself over to this other side. That's what the whole idea between the 9 is. Let's see, then we got it all starting over again. What made glorious? The glory of respect, the reason of glory. Okay, I've had enough of it. 2 Corinthians. Now, where you guys at? They are. It's just plain and simple that there are 2 sides to live on. The only 2. There's only 2 masters. And they are both located in the same places. One is you have to be, if you're an inside person, you're going to get acquainted with her. You're going to be brought out of hell and given everlasting life. That's what it is. You're being taken from the dead and given life. And all that means is turning a light on inside of you, because we're like little light bulbs. And now God can manifest through us into the world. All right. It's not about us. It's about the God that's in us. And now he's unleashed and now we can have some fun. All right. It's not like the one that if you only got one side of your brain working, if you're only working out of the carnal mind, then you're the beast of Scripture. All right. You can just circle around yourself, wondering where I am, what's going on. And that's where you are. You just keep chasing your own tail around, wondering where the beast is. Well, you're the beast. What you need to do is to just settle down, take it into some quiet place, settle down, and learn how to put a bridle in that beast's mouth. And now you're cooking with God, and you're back to being alive. That's all it is. You're still alive as a real person out there. You're just serving the wrong guy, the wrong side of God, or the lower side. And we've already told you that there's no wrong side, because we all start off over there. I'm just trying to get you to pop over to the other side. Now, if you don't want to come over, don't argue with me about it. But you're dead, you know, and it tells you so in this part of the Second Corinthians. It talks about it, and the effects of what you get from believing in the tops of this kills off your relationships with foreigners, with people that don't think the same way with you. It kills off a whole lot of things, and it also kills off God. It kills God because God doesn't kill. And as long as you think that God is a murdering, savage, vindictive person, and even you just think he's just one, and you keep neglecting this female side of Elohim, then you're dead. You're dead, 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 dead. You know, just dead, dead, dead. And to think that life is just that close as your breath. You know, that's the whole idea behind these stories. This that I tell you is to show you, hey, look, don't get caught up on this outside crap. Because it's hell. Learn how to bring yourself out of that. And this is a little hand up from hell. And if you don't want out, don't argue with the person that's reaching out there with the hand to help you. Don't argue with the person that's tossing your life ring. But if you don't think that you're dead and you don't think that you're going in the wrong way, then keep on enjoying yourself. Keep on. Enjoy it. It's called enjoying your poverty because you're not connected with the Lord. That's all. And when you do connect with the Lord, no matter what status of life you are rich, richer than God. All right. Anyways, just want to say that real fast. This is just a little quick update on what it means to be dead. All right. Chapter 2. See how we X out of this. I love you.